Okay, so I have a new microphone. Hopefully, the sound is better than it was before. And I'm back to do a video walkthrough of the problem I put out on LinkedIn. I had this problem the other day. I needed to store some search history, and I recorded into an array, zeros or ones, depending on whether my search returned true or false. Uh, 0 for false and true for 1. And then I needed to look through that array and return 0 or false if all the values in the array were 0, return 1 if all the values were true. So return true if all the values were true, and return 2 if some of the values were 1 and some of the values were 0. So here um, on my screen, you'll see the starting code. I have these 4 arrays at the top, and there's my challenge. And I also have the starter function that is called checker, taking an array, and the console log to console log the outcome for the 4 different arrays, val 0, 1, 2, and 3. So here, I think it's just helpful again to write some pseudocode. So I always have trouble with that word. I want to pronounce the P, but so I'm gonna write some pseudocode. So first of all, I'm actually gonna check to see if every value in my array is true. So that is, if every value in my array is a 1, then I'm going to return a 1. And then my next, let's indent this a little bit, indent this one too. Next, I'm going to see if my array includes any variables that are 1. In that case, I'm going to return a 2. And then my final else statement is going to actually return a 0. And that's if every value is 0. It's like the last case, the last catch all for any situation that wasn't caught by the first 2 conditions. So that's my pseudocode, relatively straightforward. For this first one, I'm going to have an if statement, and I'm going to call the array that the function is taking in, and I'm going to use the every method. That is a method for array. Is a method for array instances. So this every method actually takes in a function. So I can put a function into here, and that function will be used to check if the element in the array is true or false. So for example, in here, I could put a function where I'm seeing if the variable in the array is less than 3. If the variable in the array is less than 3, then it would return true. Otherwise, it would return false. In this situation, I'm going to use Boolean. Okay, so Boolean returns true if would see basically if the variable is true or false. So a 0 in JavaScript is false and a 1 is true. So if I'm checking if every variable is a Boolean, okay, then it's gonna say, okay, 0. Is that Boolean? Okay, it's Boolean's gonna return false. So this statement, every Boolean is false. Okay, if I'm looking at a 1, a 1 would return true. So here it's saying, okay, well, is the variable in the array true or false? So And here, if it is true, it's going to return. Okay, so if it's true, it's going to return, and I'm going to return 1. If this comes up and it says the value is false, so it's checked over every single element, it hasn't matched every single element, it hasn't said everyone is true, we're going to move on to the next if statement. So here I'm going to put if array includes, and I'm going to put the value 1 in here, and I'm going to return 2. And in this situation, it's actually looking through and seeing if any of the values in my array include the number 1. If it does, if it finds the number 1, it's going to return 2. And then the final else statement, else, I'm going to return 0. And that covers me for all the situations that aren't covered by the first 2. So here I should get 0, 1, 2, 2 because the first one, all zeros, all false, should return 0, which is false. All ones, okay, that comes under my first one here. That should return true, 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 true. And every value is true. Every value is a Boolean that's true, and so it's going to return 1. The last 2 should return 2 because the array includes zeros and ones. So it should be caught by this if array includes logic statement here in my function. So I'm going to run this. Here we go. We get 0, 1, 2, 2, which is what is expected. 0, 1, 2, 2. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Till next time.